Good evening, I'm Sadaf Ibrahim, and you're watching CPC TV. We have a guest here with us today from Nepean, Member of Parliament, MP Chandra Arya. So let me, my guest, MP Arya.
Sadaf, thank you so much for inviting me to this show, and thank you and to CPC for hosting this.
Thank you so much for joining us, MP Arya, today. So the pandemic is dragging on and on and on, and everyone is so exhausting. So, as a member of parliament, what would you like to say first?
Absolutely, you are so correct to state that this pandemic has gone for so long. It's 2 years since we have been facing this challenge. First thing I would like to say is that thanks to the cooperation of Canadians, that we have managed this pandemic well so far. It is only due to the cooperation of all Canadians with all levels of the government, city level, provincial level, and federal level. Thanks to the cooperation of all with all level of the government, we have faced this challenge. Second point, I am so happy, glad that we are living in this wonderful country, Canada, compared to so many other countries, whether developing country or developed country, compared to the so many other countries like United States or Western Europe or countries in Asia and Africa, we are living in this wonderful country where we have managed to control this. So I would like to acknowledge and thank all Canadians on this. The third is, yes, we had the first two waves, and now we are in the third wave of Omicron. And from the information have been watching and seeing what is happening in other parts of the world, and what is happening in the US, and what is happening in Canada, I am confident that we will reach the peak soon. How soon? I don't know. My uneducated guess is that in the US, they have already reached the peak since the last few days. They are going down, and if that is the case, in Canada too, we will reach the peak soon. But I don't know how it is. So we have managed this so far thanks to the vaccine procurement our government has undertaken. Let me be very clear. We have sufficient vaccine doses to all Canadians, including the booster shot for all Canadians. We have sufficient stock of vaccines. Also, the rapid test we had till December 140 million. I think in January again it is 125 or 140 million test kits are arriving in Canada. So again, on that front, we are good. Once again, I would just like to say, conclude this particular thing, thanking again for the Canadians for their cooperation with all levels of the government to manage this challenge.
That's right. Yeah, I hope so. And I got my booster 2 days ago, so I'm good now. My third dose, basically. So, okay, let's talk about a small business. A small business need more flexibility. Tell us more about wage subsidy and rent subsidy offered by the federal government.
Okay, when the pandemic started, we never knew where it will go. So during that time, every MP like me, we were in constantly touch with the small businesses in our ridings. We used to hear from them. We used to feed that input into the federal government so that we could launch the program, we could modify the program,
Hmm.
change according to the needs of the small businesses. So that we did very successfully. We brought in a wage subsidy program, we brought in rent subsidy program, we brought in Canadian emergency business account, which finally gave up to $60,000. So all these programs were initiated changed, modified, expanded because of the inputs we received from the small businesses. We expected that this pandemic will go down and no more support is required. That was our expectation. However, when we realized that this will continue, we immediately extended. For example, we had this recovery benefit that
Hmm.
we had introduced uh, to help small businesses. The interest-free loan, which partly repayable of 60,000 that we had given. Uh, First thing what we did was that the date for the partial repayment of that was this year, which we extended to 2023. So the businesses have got time to repay part of the loan so that the loan forgiveness up
Hmm.
to 33%, that is up to $20,000, will be eligible with the extended period. And we have this, as you very well know, we had this wage and hiring support
Yes.
for businesses. And there also, what we have done is that we have expanded the period when they can apply, they are eligible to go that. In fact, the claim periods, what we call as period 24 and 25, that has gone from December 19, 2021 to February 12, 2022. So, this will allow the entities, the small businesses to qualify if their capacity, due to health restrictions, due to lockdowns, partial or full lockdowns, if the thing comes down to 50% or more. And also
And they
the revenue decline, if it is 25% or more,
hmm.
then these things will kick in.
And the wage subsidy, so the employer they can keep their employee, right?
Correct. That is the whole
Yeah.
objective.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
objective is that we want the businesses to continue have their employees on their
Hmm.
payroll. What happens, Sadaf, you are also a small business owner, I know, and you know that once you let go the employees,
Yes.
the employees may get the employment insurance or the recovery, lockdown benefit, etc. However, the businesses will get affected once they let go the employees, because once the after pandemic, when the business recovers, they have to start the process of recruiting them again, bring them
Hmm.
again. So the idea is, if the small businesses are supported and if their employee continues to be on the payroll, this transmission, the transition to regular business will be smooth, will be quick, it will be
Hmm.
beneficial both to the employees and the small business.
That's right. Yeah. So, okay, MP Arya, let's talk about traveling restriction, domestic and international. So, will Canadian need COVID-19 test day before flying to like US or any other countries, or flying or by road?
See, there are two things here. One is, obviously you're aware that we have made it mandatory for the travelers to get the vaccine test done. Uh, there are two types of travels. One, domestic, which is in
And
our control. International, it is not only in our control, but is also subject to the requirement of the country where Canadians are traveling. Suppose Canadians are traveling to Europe or Asia or United States, the the conditions imposed by the countries where Canadians are going
follow, yeah.
apply. Some of the countries may say that. I don't want to
Hmm.
give a particular definite answer to what happens if Canadian goes to a particular
Hmm.
country. Some countries may say that we need the test to be done, say 72 hours before you travel, and that applies. The Canadian requirement, for example, if you are coming from some countries in South Asia, Canada requires the test be done 18 hours before the travel. So Canadian requirement say people coming from India, they have to get the test done 18 hours before they board the
Hmm.
plane. So the test requirement vary from, however, we are very clear. For us, the safety and health of Canadians is of paramount importance. It, the conditions we are putting in, the requirement we are stating that Canadians be vaccinated before they travel, it might be inconvenient to few. However, in the interest of the vast majority of Canadians, we continue to state that Canadians have to be vaccinated if they need to travel. Travel using public transport is a privilege, it's not a right. So, for
Hmm.
you or me or anybody to have the privilege, there are certain health requirements that needs to be met, and that is one of that now is that you have to be vaccinated.
That's right. And before I let you go, any message would you like to say to all the Canadians?
To all Canadians, I would like to again thank you all for the wonderful support you gave us. We were all one single big family. As I keep saying, Canada is one of the ongoing successful experiments in the world where people of different nationalities, different ethnicities, different religious faiths, we all have come together to form this Canada, which is an ongoing thing. And we have successfully shown to the world that when things get tough, we all get together for the joint benefit to all. I like to thank them, and I hope that sooner than later that we will come back to normal. And I wish you all the very best in the coming days.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I hope so. Things will be better soon. And together, of course, we will make it. And thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye. Take care.